Recording. Hello everybody, I'm Hacklebeast, and this is NB versus IWL, final game for these two teams before playoffs. And in the bottom right, oh shit. In the bottom right, we have Flip as the brown Zerg. And in the bottom left, IWL Executor.
You can do it.
Playing a PVZ. Oh dear God.
I'll see you in an hour.
Yeah, it's not too late if you would like to leave. No one would blame you, man.
Oh God.
Oh.
I'm trying to actually help Deafy out real quick. It's not working.
Okay. If none of you were around for that cast, Executor played 4 PVZs in a row, but the first 3 PVZs were all the same game, and the first one took 20 minutes, and the second one took 40 minutes, and the third one took an hour. And Executor just does not attack in this matchup. He gets a nice army, but instead of going for that +1 timing attack, he just sits in the middle of the map.
Bro, I've watched one of his games on your stream, and then I started watching the second one, and then you said something about all of his games being like that, and I was like, fuck this.
All of the ones I have seen, unless the Zerg is really aggressive, they all go like that. So, hopefully Flip is aggressive. Let me make sure I spelled Executor right. Ha, I did not spell Executor right. I keep spelling it like the Pokemon. Alright. So, getting back to my question for Bakuyu, now that we have done introductions, I was watching something that got translated into German, and they were referring to an object, and the object was clearly a cupcake, but they kept calling it a muffin.
Oh, nice. That's because of the British.
It's British.
Yes, the British call everything muffins. Any type of pastry.
Because I was looking around, and I found that Germany was not the only ones who did it, but Germany and Sweden and Denmark and Norway all don't have a word for cupcake. And I wanted to ask Bakuyu, do they not have cupcakes in Germany plus Scandinavia? Because that would just be sad.
And if you don't have cupcakes,
there's
he doesn't even know the difference. Oh my god. They're like... You never had a cupcake?
It's like bite-sized happiness. It's not like sad in a pathetic way, but it's sad in a wow. That's soul-crushing.
I have fantasies of rubbing cupcakes all over my body.
Oh man. I feel bad for the German population now. They don't have cupcakes.
What about the big one? Like, oh my god, with all the frosting and, like, mint chocolate cupcakes.
The big ones? You mean cakes?
Yes, I love the big ones. No, they're miniature cakes, big cupcakes. That's what I call them. They're the in-betweens for me.
Dude, I don't like mint. So...
Whatever, cherry pie.
Yeah. Cherry pie is delicious. There's no mint in that.
Oh, by the way, Justin's pie, he showed me it. It was better than yours.
No,
just by image alone. And the fact that I associate with 2 men who bake pies by themselves really makes me question my sexuality.
Oh, that's nice.
Seriously, I don't understand why you guys bake pies. It bothers me. Like,
because they're delicious.
But you can go to the store and go in for $5.
Yeah, but then you go get the personal satisfaction of baking the pie.
But don't...
It makes it taste better when you spend like 4 hours on it.
No, because every time I cook, I don't actually want to eat the food when I'm done, because I just cook so much and then tasted it the entire way.
Oh. Well, I tasted it the entire way, and then I wanted to eat it, so I did. And it was good.
If cherry pie was used for symbolizing, then yes, I can totally understand. But it was a real cherry pie with like 7 types of cherries.
It was 1 type of cherry.
It was 7. Guys, you should see Hacklebeast pie. I'm just saying.
It's good, man. You can bash it all you want, but it was a delicious
I'm not bashing.
pie.
I'm not No, listen. We're watching Executor PVZ. We have like 20 minutes to converse about anything we want because nothing original is going to happen.
Yeah. I hope Flip goes Mutalisks and just kills him.
Honestly, seeing Flip not go Mutas would surprise me more than anything.
Yeah.
Because like, all I know Flip for is going 9-pull and 2-edge Muta in every matchup. Or like some type of Hydra bust. But it seems like he's playing standard, but I mean, I can understand why he would do that versus a team like IWL. They don't really pose a threat to him.
Anyway.
Like, he's got a basic 2-gate speed lot being pumped by Executor.
So...
What did server tell you?
Sorry?
I just know. I just got a random blank message from Fish server.
I did not get one of those. Interesting.
See.
Anyway. So, NB just needs a win here. They don't know they need a win. They might think that they need an all-kill. But because IFU did not get an all-kill, all they need is to win this series, and they will get second place. Otherwise, they will get third place, and LRM will get second place. And obviously, the second place team gets a bye, and the third place team has to play reps. So clearly better to have a bye than to have to play reps.
I was actually strategizing the positioning, and I think the best team besides LRM to beat NB is reps. And I was like, man, I really want NB to play reps.
Yeah, and I've heard rumors that once IWL is officially out of it, that reps will be picking up some of their players.
Yes, they're donating.
Yeah, one week by 1 week, so every week they will get stronger.
Yes, they are. There's some charity going on there.
Hopefully Executor's not one of the people who will be picked up, but. Him and Fat Man. Those are the two people I don't want to see. But probably not Fat Man.
Because why don't you want to see? Is it because of his name?
It's because of his name. I can't do it. I'm too immature. I cannot do it without laughing, and it's just disruptive of the cast.
The first time I saw his name, I was in love with that guy immediately. I was like, is he serious?
Yeah. I
love this guy. And then I found out who he really is, and I'm like, holy shit, that's actually a good player.
I liked his name too the first time I saw it, because I didn't have to cast it the first time I saw it. But then when I started having to cast it, all of a sudden I don't like it.
Hey, what? Hey, honey, what are you talking about, Fat Man?
Yeah.
I'm just looking at. Seriously, I don't. There's nothing happening. It's a. It's a fucking Executor game.
Yeah.
So
it's like right here, man. This is the spot. He's gonna put shit here. He's just keep making stuff and just. This is the holy ground he must defend. I wouldn't be somehow it wouldn't be terribly surprising if he just started building cannons out there.
Now, alright, there's a couple of meters out. So I went and looked at IWL's lineup, right? And they have quite a few good players to donate. Like, legitimately.
Yeah.
They have Boom, Funny, which is DDA and he's A-. And they have Finito, who basically only won ZVZ, so that'd be good to have versus LRM. That'd be my first pickup if I was them. And then they have Executor, who, if anything, he can just make the other team's players leave by making the game last so long.
To be fair, when Executor was going on his 4-game... Executor went on a 4-game PvZ streak because he kept winning them. So he's not a bad player.
I know that.
He's just a player that makes me cry.
He's a player that keeps me up past my bedtime, is all I'm saying. Alright, so flipping really annoying with like 5 mutas. I just want to punch people in the face to do that. It's not even enough muta to kill it, one shot a probe.
And he snipes the pylon.
Yeah.
Is there another pylon? There's not another pylon that's run-powered.
Lings! Although Flip doesn't really have an army.
Yeah. But,
Dark Archon for 5 mutas.
Yeah, man.
Thank you, Executor.
Executor loves his Dark Archons. Dude, he was making Dark Archons in games where the opponent wasn't going Mutalisks.
Oh, awesome, yeah.
He just kind of kept it around, and then he would Maelstrom 2 Ultralisks when it got to that point in the game.
Oh, God.
You gotta make it early to give it enough time to gather energy, man.
250 energy. You can't. They're not practical if they don't have 250 energy.
I can't remember if he actually did get the Dark Archon energy upgrade in one of those games. He might have.
So Flip's economy is ridiculous, and he has lurkers in front of Executor's base who just threw down a robo when he saw him. Oh shit!
No.
If he kills that cannon, that's a bad sign.
He's trying to get his lurkers into position to attack it, and yet it does go down. Storm hits one of the lurkers, but there's still 2 of them remaining.
Nice.
I'm pretty sure Maelstrom doesn't work on borrowed lurkers. So, Executor
You can try it.
now rushing back with those 6 zealots that had been in the same spot the entire game. But this is actually kind of bad. How much longer till Executor has anything that can kill them? Okay, 2 Templars about to have enough energy for Storm, but the Mutalisks are going in. Maelstrom!
2 mutas.
Yeah! Got those fuckers down.
Is he gonna run in the main with the lurker? Oh my god, please do it. And just camp the gateways.
He's camping the ramp and wastes 2 storms to kill it off. There's only 1 lurker left as it continues to whittle down this pylon. Oh, so slowly. Actually, I think it was just killing the cannon and laterally hitting the pylon. Another TIE Templar coming up. Still needs to wait for more energy.
More lurkers. Seen it sit among the zealots.
Oh, man.
It was highly entertaining. I have nothing to say about it because I was like watching it.
There was a Dark Archon just parked on top of the lurkers waiting for them to come up so that he could start attacking them, and actually managed to kill one and almost got the other one.
You mean Dark Templar. You're so obsessed with his Dark Archon.
Oh, yeah. It's hard not to be.
Okay, so Executor has like 1.5 thousand or 1,500 minerals. Flip has like 20 hatcheries, and he hasn't built anything but lurkers, mutas, and drones, and now he's ultra discovery. This is like J-Dong on crack.
Dude, you gotta start that bank early, man. He knows where this game is heading.
Look how many drones he has in his natural. Holy shit.
Oh. Sneaky lazy drone.
2 of them.
2 of them? Oh, I didn't even
Yep.
see the second one. Nope, I can't find the other one. Oh, yeah, I found it.
And the most one's in the minerals.
No, that one's not lazy. It's just waiting.
Oh, he's in queue, I see. So now Flip is on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hatcheries. Soon to be 9.
So, Executor actually starting to get a little bit aggressive here, but there's like a lurker field at the top, so this is not the time to get aggressive. There was 1 Templar with that army, and it's about to get its 2nd storm now, so he has 1 storm to deal with this.
Well, it's not a big deal. Flip doesn't really have an army, he's just camping. I don't know why Executor with all that might just doesn't take a 4th base. No time soon will Flip be moving out. Especially since he's only in 4 guys trying to get Ultraling.
Executor now starting to add on a lot of high Templar. That's really what his army's lacking at this point. 1 storm for this late in the game is really worrying.
Bad. You can say bad. It's okay.
It's not bad unless he starts the engagement. Then it's bad.
Like that.
Yeah. So a couple storms going down. He's gonna soften up the lurkers. Doesn't kill either one of them. There is a couple of observers. So he just needs to make sure that they don't get sniped. Dragoons moving forward.
Ooh,
And
losing that upgrade's bad. But he won't, because you can just run the Sunkens instead. He's actually got a Nidus Canal in CBP. Right. Do you understand what that means?
It means that he's playing Executor. Just like, he brings his entire army essentially like to scout out the front, and he's like, oh, you SimCity here. Guess I better wait a little longer.
I can't attack now, can I?
But then it'll come back like 5 minutes later. It's like, oh, you haven't destroyed your own SimCity yet. I guess I'll wait a little bit longer. You'll do it eventually, I know you will. Anyway, Flip trying to sneak around with a couple of lings, going around Executor's army, doing a good job of avoiding them, but I'm not exactly sure what he's planning on targeting. And
probably the fort. Just kidding.
Trying to snipe some Templar, doesn't manage to get one. Oh, nice.
So, Flip has 10 hatcheries and more drones than I can count. He's got 150 PSI, but yet he only has like 30 units.
Flip trying to take a 5th, but one Zealot attacking. Flip should probably bring those lings in to stop that. And not the Scourge. Scourge do not do so well against the Zealot. Oh, there we go. The Zealot walked himself close enough to the lings. Nice.
It's an Executor unit. Executor has so many minerals but no gas whatsoever. But he's max now, so it doesn't matter. See, Executor is smarter than us. He decided if I just leave half my army at home, and an Archon that's been there since the beginning of the game in my main base, I can't be countered. So only attack my Dark Archon and half my army.
No, man. That's Executor strategy. And then he'll get really close and he won't take out the hatchery. He's gonna pull back. Because Flip's gonna send, like, he's gonna send this, like, little pack, and Executor will bring his entire army back to defend against it.
I thought that's what you're supposed to do.
Apparently,
oh, no.
Man.
He's gonna attack the hatchery.
Oh, it's not too late. He could still turn back. Yes! Yes! Yes!
Oh, fuck. I'm tabbing.
Oh, that's Executor right there, man. That's what he does.
I wonder if he speaks good enough English to hear this. I would like to give him some free strategy advice.
I tried, man. I tried to just scream at my screen loud enough so that he would hear me in Russia. Didn't work. Oh, Dark Maelstrom and Ultralisk again. And a Zealot. That's what he does, man. Just take up position in the middle of the map. Oh, man. And Jade... On Jade, man, it's gonna be really hard for Flip to get bases beyond his half of the map. And if it gets split, half Executor, half Flip, that's definitely advantage for Executor.
I'll just cry at that point. Executor still has no tech in his army.
What are you talking about, man? He's a Dark Archon. It's like the highest tech it gets.
Except doesn't have enough energy to do anything.
Yeah, man, he's been spamming that Maelstrom.
I'm honestly curious if Executor hotkeys his units. Because there's random units all around the map. And I think they just left those ones behind.
Alright.
Huge drop.
Yeah, Flip loading up for the Doom drop. Looks like about 4 Ultralisks and a control group and a half of Lynx. But he's gonna fly right over a whole bunch of cannons, and there's no Defiler in this army.
It's like 40 Lings.
There's no Defiler.
No need Defilers.
Oh, he stored all the Overlords weren't dropping, so it doesn't matter. Doesn't quite drop enough to take out this base. Oh, there are still 2 Ultras, so maybe. The rest of the units being dropped in the main. I think that's it, so...
No, he's got an Overlord with 8 more Links in it.
And Executor, he doesn't have an army to defend against this drop. Actually, is that a second Dark Archon? Please tell me that's a second Dark Archon.
Where?
In his natural. Or, excuse me, in his third.
No, that's the first one, but he has a control group at the top base, but he's gonna lose. And he has half... What the hell, 2 goons, Archon, and a Reaver? What kind of defense is that?
Apparently... No, it's not gonna be good enough. It might be.
Could be.
Depending on how good those Reaver shots are. Meanwhile, he's gonna lose his entire main. Not that he's been building many units, so...
You know what, he could just learn from Alfio, and if he just would have attacked at his natural, or like halfway in between both, then he just rebuilt the gateways at another base. What's very laughable is that Executor has like 7 units and 130 supply.
Yeah. Executor trying to get an Arbiter out, but a little bit too late for that. That's his strategy, stasising overlords.
He can do the Sakwe, where he just recalls in PvZ all the time. What, I can't break the front, I'll just recall.
Is that the Dasakwa?
Yeah, he does that every game, actually.
Actually, in most of the Dasakwa games I've seen, he just wins with really strong Zealot attacks. He doesn't quite get to the Arbiter stage.
Holy effective gateways.
It does manage to slow down a lot of those Lings, but not quite enough, and the rest of the Lings will manage to take down this base. Executor trying to rebuild gateways in the other main, because that's what you do. But
he has 4 Reavers queued up in both robotics.
GG from Executor. Flip has debunked the Executor style. You don't have to cheese like no one to beat Executor. And now we know.
It wasn't cheese, it was strategic genius, guys. So, by the way, his Arbiter almost got out. The Hydra's died.
Alright. Oh, whoops, I'm not hosting anything.
Nope. I honestly expected a quicker game from Flip. So we're going on Circuit Breakers, game 2.
Alright. So, in the bottom left, we have Flip as the blue Zerg, and...
Bottom right, you're already distracted. You're already distracted.
Damn it. Executor. Or not Executor.
Oh my god. So you got, in the bottom right, you got Flip, but I'm gonna let Hacklebeast announce the top left orange Terran from IWL.
Nah, I think he did a pretty good job. He's the orange Terran.
you typed it wrong.
What? Oh, no capitals? Oh, yeah.
And you put a period instead of
okay.
a dash. I think you just thought of period when you thought of Fat Man. I don't want to know why, but that's you.
What? How does that make sense?
Because it's a dash, not a period.
Dude, I don't get your sexual jokes. There's so many times you like try to make something sexual reference. It's like I don't even know what he's trying to say here.
Oh, you're too young.
I know.
So Flip didn't 9 pool again. Highly disappointed. Is he gonna Overlord 9 hatch? What's he doing? Oh, never mind. Drone scout. So I'm gonna wait and just let you cast the whole thing until you say his name.
Dude, I thought he was a Protoss player.
He is.
Why is he Terran?
But he also, like 5 years ago, he played Terran, and he was better at Terran.
So...
He's the head admin of Defile.ru. He like
really?
He's the that. You didn't know that?
I did not know that.
He's the you can't even. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but he's from 7X. Oh, by the way, guys, if you ever want to give credit to Defile.ru besides the guys that you see on the face of it, like Defi and Yoda and Plumbum, fuck, I'm looking his name up now.
Alright. Dude.
Lissonak. I'm gonna paste you on Skype and see if you can pronounce it.
Alright.
He's that guy.
Lisyanok.
He's this guy, guys.
Yeah, Lisyanok. That name is...
So, I mean, now you understand why he made Fat Man.
Because he wanted to make something that was pronounceable?
Because it's something everyone can identify with.
I can't you just be Dragoon? Everybody can identify with Dragoon too. Was this an 11-14 racks with the latest Bunk Rush ever? Yep.
Holy God.
Spawning's done, but it looks like he's only making two sets of links. The bunker's canceled, but there's still a lot more SCVs coming in, and now they're all turning around.
He's streamlining Marines, but he left one at home and forgot a depot. That was the ugliest Bunker Rush in history. Flip is probably confused right now. He's like, what? I'm gonna build a third hatch because that's not normal for me either. I don't even know why, but I'm just gonna do it.
Dude. If White is IWL's third player, they just completed the trifecta of people who I cast.
Oh, well, at least Executor isn't because of the name.
No, it's not because of the name. I think he's the only person I hate to cast because of his play.
So wait, there was a pretty famous player called Black. Back in like 05 to 08. What would you have done if you had to cast him versus White?
That's fine.
Oh yeah.
Black is a fine name because you can't be black as a color.
But I would have loved. But then I would have been having to root for White no matter what.
I'm not gonna say anything.
Alright. So yeah, no, this is 2 racks. With no, oh, no, it's a 3 racks. It looks like Fat Man just doesn't know what the fuck he wants to do. Listen, you'll know what to say when you go to prison for some type of extortion.
Wait, what? Why am I going to prison for extortion?
Because I want... Nah, fuck it. Nah, I didn't even go there. I don't know how your age audience. Do you just call him Flame Terran? Where does Flame Terran come from? What is a Flame Terran? Is that like Flash when his hand gets inflamed or his wrist?
Probably fire bats.
You know, logic. I don't use it.
Alright. So, here comes the Marines. They're going to be... he's going to get the timing certainly before the Spire comes out. He might have been able to wait a bit longer and get a bigger force and still not have to deal with Mutalisks. But I don't think he has enough stuff to deal with that many Sunkens from Flip. Flip did a good job of scouting it out. Had plenty of time to get down proper defenses.
Oh, Overlord! Oh, killed the No, it's moving so... Oh, come on. Oh, now you see it? Still got it.
Marines
yeah,
good.
So Flip has a really weak economy. I mean, it's not really compared to Fat Man's 1 base, but... Now it's a factory in the engineering bay. Who needs expos?
Yeah. This definitely seems like a player who was good at Terran 5 years ago, and then just decided to pick it up again, and has a general loose idea of what Terran builds order were from back then, but hasn't quite gotten it down.
Yeah, he definitely played Terran back in the day. Then again, Terrans weren't actually the real ultimate race in Foreign Brood War back in the day. Most famous Terran players were like people who proxy factoried every game and stuff like that. It wasn't because they had a concept of what was going on. So there's 8 meters being built, and Fat Man, or the Orange Terran, also known as the guy who Hacklebeast won't say, is building some turrets in his base.
Dude, I'm taking advantage of my co-caster. If you keep seeing the name, then I really don't need to.
Fat. Man.
So, Utilus getting a little bit too close there. Fatman might have been able to get an attack off there. I just said it. And spreading out his Marines a lot.
I didn't hear it.
This is the only way I can do it. I have to say it really quickly. I'm not going to enunciate it. That just makes it worse.
You enunciate, Fatman. Worst part is if you say it not normal, it sounds like Fat Man and Fat Man at the same time. Pretty sick.
Yeah. You should stim. There we go.
Right click's pretty good, bro.
Flip's having a bit of trouble with his Mutalisks here. It's a second.
He's getting high ground now. Gonna pick off some shit. Just kidding. He could have.
Coming back. Flip's had a lot of opportunities here to get some kills, but he's not been able to get as much as he should have. And now he's getting into really bad engagements. A lot of these Mutalisks have taken good hits. And one Mutalisk down. Still only losing one.
He did enough damage there. He took out 6 Marines for 1 Muta.
2.
Make that 8 for 2. And not to mention, Fat Man has an overage of Firebats to begin with.
A lot of these Mutalisks are now injured, so it's going to be hard for him to continue to get kills from really nice micro. But he has a good opportunity here. No Marines in the back. Takes out Firebat. Takes out Firebat.
Well, the beautiful part about this is, despite him not being able to take a third, he now has a sick economy and 900 gas to make 9 lurkers with. Which, in fact, he is walking around with 9 Hydralisk. And there you go.
Indeed, hiding him down there. I want to see him. I want to see Fat Man try to take a hidden natural.
A hidden natural?
Oh, he's already taking his natural.
His natural?
Yep. A hidden first expansion.
I see.
So, not a whole lot of turrets here, but Fatman is trapping the Mutalisks, and he's going to get a lot of kills, and
shit.
That's why I was saying his Mutalisk micro wasn't very good, because he was going to get into a situation like that, and he didn't have enough health to deal with that. So,
alright, so does have lurkers coming in, though, so...
There is a
and we're just going to not pay attention.
Not even a little. There's a science vessel out. It has a radiate, but no tanks. And there are too many lurkers here for him to radiate down, or even use. There's really too many for him to engage with his Marines. So this is a really scary position. Oh, don't. Okay. Definitely should not be engaging the lurkers when they're in that position. And he's stimming forward. It looks like he wants to go for an attack, but I think that there are too many lurkers here. Yeah, pulling back once again.
That made no sense. They're sitting on a bridge. How much more narrow of an area could you get? Fat Man just went up to 900 minerals, so on one base.
With no siege tanks out, actually he just started siege mode. But with no siege tanks out, Fat Man can, Flip can stack his lurkers a lot, and he doesn't have to worry about splash damage from any units.
Well, I think he's gonna bring these lurkers in and go for it.
Getting in the best position he can, trying to get as close out of range of the bunker before moving in. I think that he could actually get behind the geyser, just to sneak a couple lurker down that way. Scourge coming in to try to snipe the science vessels, and ending in a bunch of lings. Was he trying to snipe the siege tank?
No, that was for the Scourge distraction.
Oh. Well.
And it worked. He got 1.5 vessels.
Now the lurkers are moving in. All the Mutalisks are gone. All of the lings are gone, so it's just lurkers at this point. Siege mode has finished, and now they need to pull out. So, what does Flip have coming? A couple more lurkers and a bunch of lings. But I don't think he's going to be able to break this. 2 bunkers and 2 siege tanks are going to be too strong, unless he can snipe that vessel. But even with it, Fat Man should have enough scan. No, he doesn't. He just used it all. Flip now getting up, now getting his hive, and he is going to get the Defilers out well before Fatman can make a push with tanks and marines across the map. And
well, I think he can actually push right now. Yeah, 3 tanks versus an early Zerg army really is fine. You don't have to have a huge M&M army.
You don't have to have a huge M&M army, but not even a control group?
Within his bunkers, he has 8 marines, so he has 2 control groups right now. 6
marines.
And a fire bat. And he's got plenty outside.
And an SCV.
See, he's played Terran. He knows what I'm talking about. He heard me from the future. Although he does have 1,000 minerals. That's not very good. I don't think he planned on the game lasting this long.
So, yeah.
Flip is playing very conservative.
Well, tanks are moving out, and they're going to siege up, so he should be able to get a couple lurk... Oh, actually, they all target the Zergling. Yeah, very lucky.
He didn't target him.
And Flip is just going to stall as long as he can. He wants to try to delay this push as much as possible before the Defilers come out, so that he has as much ground that he doesn't have to fight the Terran back for. He can just rush the Defilers to the front. But Fatman now getting the push going, and the Lurkers are pretty much in a full retreat. Flip isn't going to delay any further. How much longer until that Defiler?
He could take that army straight up right now.
Ooh, did he not? Okay, there's a Defiler mount, but no Defilers.
2 control groups of Lings and a controlled group of Lurkers. He can just attack. Like so.
Coming in from the back, the tanks are in a pretty good position, so Fatman can retreat with the Marines, force the Lurkers to burrow twice, but it's not going to be enough. There are just way too many Lurkers here, and all the Marines go down. The last siege tank is going to go down.
Well, there's another one now, so it's okay.
Not for long. Lurkers moving forward once again, and actually going to lose like 2 or 3 Lurkers getting into position, but it doesn't matter.
Well, it's because they're all damaged.
Consume just about to finish. Why are there no Defilers? Ah, there are the Defilers. Found them. Oops. Running the Marines into Lurkers.
It's a good talent to have.
And
one position Lurker? What?
Flip repaying the favor.
What the fuck did I just witness?
So, I've been throwing down a lot more barracks. Now up to 8, and there goes the second starport. But on this map, the 3rd base is a mineral only, so he's really not. He's gonna have just barely enough gas for the upgrades and science vessels off of 2 starports and whatever tanks he wants to get. He's actually going for vultures right now, and normally this would be about the time where Terran would consider switching to mech, but considering he threw down 3 more barracks, it seems like a weird time to get vultures out. Anyway, Swarm is here, so he can get the Lurkers into a good position. He's pushed Terran basically back to the natural, and Terran's going to have to make something happen to defend against Defiler push as Flip continues to reinforce this. Or he will reinforce it. Marines medics try to come in from behind, get a little bit of damage done, but Flip moves all of his units under the swarm, and now has a swarm on the other side of the bridge. So Fatman, he doesn't have science vessels, which is really at this point in the game the only way he can defend against this. Unless he just had a huge mess of siege tanks, but I guess the double starport is going to work out pretty well for him, but can he hold off long enough to get them into play, get some irradiates down on this force? It isn't looking like it. Flip moving forward with the Lurkers. He now has Lurkers under swarm in the natural. And Fatman doesn't even have siege tanks to punish the Lurkers as they reposition. They're just completely invincible the entire way. Now, at the ramp, finally the science vessels come out so that they can see the Lurkers, but not enough energy to irradiate, and there are enough Lurkers that 2 irradiate really isn't going to slow this down very much. Command center lifts, and all the SCVs are going to pull back. This is going to be pretty easy for Flip to take out Fat Man's last mining base at this point. After the natural going down. And oh, the SCVs are transferring back into the lurkers. But the lurkers are actually trying to move up the ramp. There we go. Swarm's a little bit late there, but Fat Man does not have enough Marines to really do anything at this point. Now enough energy for a Radiate. Surprised he didn't get the other Defiler. A little bit of a mistake there. Oh, snipes the science vessel.
So that one Ultra is just not dying. That's cool.
No. No, it is not. Oh, Scourge coming in for Flip. They're going to be able to pick off 2 more vessels. These turrets are the only thing providing anti-air defense, and it's not a lot. Marines are now going to try to get down the ramp, but there are so many lurkers here, and that was really bad. GG. Flip takes game number 2.
Who lost that game?
Fat Man. Fat Man lost that game.
Fat Man? Who's Fat Man? What'd you say?
No.
No.
I did not avoid saying his name that much.
Fat. Is there anyone in the chat who doesn't know what fapping is? I would like to know. Game 3's on Gladiator, and at the bottom right you have Boom, but a nice performance in ISL 3 last week, and then you have NB Flip in the top left as the green Zerg, who just destroyed who? He beat some Terran. What was his name?
Really? Dude, I'm gonna drop you from the call if you just are gonna keep asking me questions for no reason other than to get me to say Fat Man.
What name?
And game had to suddenly go. So, TVP. Flip is asking Fat Man's rank. TVP on this map. Boom is actually a really talented Terran player. One of the better ones, considering he's one of the. Excuse me. Boom is one of the better Terran players, especially considering how few Terrans are out there. I'd actually have a really hard time saying anybody other than Project is better than him. There are a lot of players of around the same ability. You have your Terror. Terror is pretty volatile, but sometimes it can be around that level. Some other Russian Terrans that are pretty much at this point. Andre, if he's playing well. But really solid player. And then Flip, who really likes to be aggressive, yet sometimes messes up with his Mutilus Micro. Oh, alright, so Flip's going to go for a 9 pool this game, which game had been asking for in the other 2 sets of Flip, but this time we're going to be able to see it. We'll see if he can get anything going with his aggression. Both players scouting in the wrong direction, but they should see each other. Alright. Looks like Boom's going to turn around first, and Flip didn't quite realize until he got down there. So, spawning pool is done, and Lings are on the way. On a reverse ramp map, it can be kind of hard to hold off. Boom he doesn't have his units in the best of positions to defend against this. He's saving up minerals. It looks like he wanted to go 1-Rax FE. So pretty much best situation Flip could hope for, other than he has to go cross. It's going to take a little bit extra time, but not too much. He will be able to get the drone scout there in time to see that is where the Terran is, and Terran's not setting up a bunker. Oh! Oh no! Oh, Boom scouted down here because he misclicked. He meant to click in the base. Oh no, Boom's not going to see the 9 pull until it's too late. Oh no. Oh, he's not even building the command center inside his own base. He's trying to build it on the outside. Here come the Lings to take out the Marines. Boom apparently doesn't know Gladiator very well, and he misclicked. He needs to throw down a bunker. He needs to do something. Now throwing down a barracks, but that's going to take so long to complete. And these lings are going to be able to do a lot of damage here. 2 SCV, 3 SCV down. Eric's only a fourth of the way done, and Flip can continue to rally in lings. Is he going for speed as well? Ooh, no, he's not going for speed. He's going for a very fast lair? He's going for 2-hatch play? Oh, man. Following up a 9 pool with some other kind of aggression. I'm kind of surprised, though. I mean, he broke the front. I guess he started the lair before he actually got the lings down there. So he's gonna pull back with the last few lings. The last one ling. He could have done more damage there if he had just continued to bring them in. Boom was not in a good position at all to defend it, but as it is, he did some damage. You do sacrifice your economy to go for a 9 pool as Zerg, so it's not the best of trades, but still pretty good. So, what will his aggression be? 2-hatch Mutalisk? Some kind of weird lurker stuff? The hatchery isn't down yet. Or, excuse me. Weird, it is going to be 2-hatch Mutalisk, and I'm just surprised by it because, okay, there's the other gas. But that gas is actually kind of late for 2-hatch Mutalisk. Alright. Well, here he is 300. He should be able to get up to 600 by the time that the Spire finishes. And then will Boom be able to defend it? He's now getting his expansion, finally, after being delayed that long. Getting an academy as well, starting Stim. Stim will certainly finish. Range is actually going to get pretty close to being done. Normally you don't go 9 pool into 2-hatch Mutalisk because the 2-hatch is delayed so much that you don't hit that crisp timing that you want. You go 12-hatch into 2-hatch Mutalisk to get it out a little bit faster, but so he will get there before range finishes. But it's not going to be terribly long before range finishes. I think Boom's going to be able to defend this. Well, Spire finishes, and there start the Mutalisks. Start that one. There we go. And scan goes off. I didn't see where the scan is, but wherever he scanned, either base, he'd realize what was happening. The 3 eggs would be a giveaway, even if he was scanning the natural. And making more and more Mutalisks. So, will Boom be able to defend? Range, about a third of the way done. He does have an engineering bay, but he hasn't started turrets yet. He's starting +1 weapons. I'm really surprised that he didn't realize his opponent's going 2-hatch Mutalisk. Maybe he didn't scan either of Flip's bases. He's moving out with his Marines, but the Marines are the only defense against the Mutalisks. He needs to be really careful about not straying too far away from the base. Will Flip see with his Mutalisks? They have a little bit farther vision range. Okay, moving in. Both players see each other. If Boom didn't know before, he should certainly know now. Where are the turrets? He has, only 2 up. And 2 in, like, the places that you don't normally put turrets. If you're only going to put a few turrets, normally you put them by the barracks and by the command center. Anyway, here come the Mutalisks coming in from the back. Taking out some Marines, taking out some SCVs, but Boom's in a pretty good position with the Marines. Flip probably... I don't know if Flip should be engaging that. He's going to take a lot of damage. Hasn't lost a Mutalisk yet, though. But as we saw in the last game, if you constantly are just taking damage on this Mutalisk, you run the risk of losing an entire cluster of them in one red burst. And Flip now switching into Hydralisk play. Excuse me, Lurker play. But getting Hydralisks. And he needs to keep microing these Mutalisks. It's imperative that he keeps them alive. He sacrificed his economy for the 9 pool, and now he's sacrificing more for the 2-hatch Mutalisks. He needs to do a lot of damage, and he's starting to get some good damage now, flying in range of a couple of these turrets, and now pulling out. Still hasn't lost any, which is really nice, but a lot of these are rather injured. So, walking slow Hydralisk down. Has he not finished Lurker upgrade? No, Lurker upgrade still has a little bit ways to go. And it looks like Boom is going to be able to live through the Mutalisk Harass. Actually going for a relatively fast factory. Only 2 barracks are down. Does manage to snipe a Mutalisk there, and Flip's actually doing a pretty good job of finding straggler Marines to pick off. But he's actually in the base. Okay, good. You need to be careful. Just the difference between parking Mutalisk here and parking Mutalisk here is huge. But he hasn't been replenishing his Mutalisk count, so as he loses just 1 here and 1 there, yeah, he can't one-shot SCVs anymore. Actually, a couple Mutalisks away from being able to one-shot SCVs. So, Flip going in for a Lurker run by. There's only a single bunker down. There are a lot of turrets for detection, but he's not doing a whole lot of damage to the Lurkers. Does get some SCV kills, does kill the rest of the Marines that were out there, and it looks like he will be able to hold off the Lurker aggression. I'm surprised Flip didn't bring in his Mutalisk to help out. They could have taken down the bunker, and that would have put Flip in a pretty good position. As it stands, he keeps doing damage with these attacks, but every time he does an attack, it just costs his economy somewhat, so it's not clear whether Flip is actually making progress or whether these are costing him. It's almost looking like he's just kind of evening out against his opponent. Whoa, Hydralisk speed? And now Hydralisk range. He is switching into Hydralisk play. Flip does not want to hive this game. He's just going to go for all-out aggression. Losing an Overlord, but he had a little bit of a cap room. Cap. What game is that from? I can't remember where cap is used. Oh man, that's gonna bother me. Maybe it's like an Empire Earth term? Anyway. Lurker's moving in once again, and there is a siege tank down and a lot of units, but Marines are going to die very quickly to the Lurkers. He does have enough scan to constantly see the Lurkers. And it looks like Boom will once again be able to hold this off. And now Flip really needs to start worrying. He's only on 2 bases this late in the game. Pretty poor saturation. And now he doesn't have an army. He wasted all of his Mutalisks in that attack. It's down to just Lurkers. And while he will keep Boom pinned back for a while, that Science Vessel's coming out now. Flip is out of money, so he can't make any more Lurkers. He might be able to get one last attempt at an attack with Hydralurk, but... Alright, yeah, it looks like he's going to give it one last shot. Hydralisk going down immediately to Siege Tank Fire. There are actually 2 Siege Tanks now and a scan going down. He'll be able to kill off some of the Marines here, but not enough to make a difference. And Flip has lost his entire army. GG from Flip. IWL Boom takes game number 1 for Team IWL. So I'm creating the games now. Oh, hey, I don't actually have them in the right folder. Did I put them in that? What folder did I put them in? I put them in the wrong... Oh, yeah. For whatever reason, I decided to put them in last week's Gambit Cup. Whatever. It's not like I keep extensive records. So, game number 4. 4-4. Yeah, definitely agree. Flip had that game with the 9 pool, and it was weird to see him transition to 2-Hatch Mutalisk. The 2-Hatch Mutalisk does not gel well with a 9 pool. Anyway, in the bottom left position, we have Boom. He's the purple Terran. Since when you Terran? And in the top position, we have Flip. I believe Boom's a race picker. So, I can't remember what his other matchup is. It might be PVT, not Zerg. Anyway, I didn't actually take this in. NB favorite. E. And how do you capitalize favorite? Okay. Change it to black, and we're good. Okay. So, PVT on match point. Great map for PVT in my opinion. It's easy for the Terran to control space on this map if they know what they're doing. If they don't know what they're doing, it's very easy for the Protoss to get surrounds. But if Terran's playing it correctly, using the scans to determine Protoss army position, they can get into such hard positions to take out. So, it can really show you some players who understand that sense of the game very well. The sense of the game of knowing where your army should be at all times. Why is favorite alt tabbing in the middle of a game? I don't know. Anyway, it looks like they have a disagreement about whether there is lag or not. And favorite's playing everything standardly, with relatively little APM, under 140. And Boom is too. Ooh, he did not save up money. Looks like he's not going to go 1 rack Steffi in this matchup. Oh, excuse me. Going to go Siege Expand. Got that early gas. Yeah. So, favorite isn't, we haven't seen too many of his games. I believe he's a member of VTV, if memory serves correctly, and he's a pretty decent macro Protoss. Actually, NB has a lot of pretty decent macro Protosses, where they can manage to get a lot of units out in the field, but they aren't so good at, the engagements in and of themselves. In a map like this, that actually plays a really big role. It's not a super open map like Circuit Breakers or Fighting Spirit, where you can just kind of attack with everything. You really have to plan out engagements. So, looks like Favorite's actually going to be the one to get the first expo down. Typically, Terran gets it a little bit faster, but Boom playing pretty much as cautiously as you can. Siege Expand. There's little beyond Siege Expand where you get more units out before expanding, unless you're doing some really weird all-in aggression. Or not necessarily all-in aggression, but pretty close to. Some very fast drop play. Anyway, first goon finally comes down for Favorite. I'm just going to be tickling the supply depot until Boom decides to, excuse me, until Boom decides to get an SCV to repair. There we go. Yeah, the first take's already out. Range is finishing up. It's a little bit weird. A little bit surprising to see Favorite not bring goons sooner, because you can start to harass that wall as soon as the goon comes out, rather than wait for range to essentially be finished. And even with range, you can't get much more done. The siege tank will still outrange you, and then with the siege mode upgrade, which should be finishing now, certainly outranges. Anyway, Favorite's just going to bring in some more goons, trying to be annoying. The longer he can delay that expo from actually landing, the better. About 60% done compared to Favorites, which is finished. And now, ooh, is he actually still going in? I thought you saw that the siege mode was done. After siege mode finishes, there's very little the Protoss can do, especially in this situation. It'd take a much bigger army even to defeat 2 siege tanks like that. Boom, now getting a second factory. Boom's economy is actually going to be pretty delayed. I wish Favorite would keep his goons a little bit close. There we go. Yeah, you want to keep those goons a little bit closer just to force Terran to really deal with them. If they're that far back, then Terran can still land the command center. But as it is, I'm not sure if the goons can actually hit the command center without that tank hitting them. It's going to be pretty close. Managed to get one shot off before it's out of range again. It's interesting. Anyway, that goon definitely could have hit the command center, but it looks like Favorite's just gonna pull back now. Let Boom expand. And what kind of play is Favorite gonna be going for himself? Relatively fast obs, and Citadel coming in now. So it looks like he's playing everything pretty standardly. Has a bit fewer goons than his normal. This, well, he's not making another round. Still, that's a little bit less goons than you would expect, considering he's only lost 1. And Favorite should be expanding again. At least it appears that what that probe wants to do. It's gonna Terran has to get a pretty big army before they can move out, and with cross map positions like this, he should be able to get excuse me, he should be able to expand once, maybe even twice, really quickly, as long as he can defend against the vultures, which Boom has not been making. Just siege tanks so far. Anyway, Favorite with a really fast Stargate. Is the Temple Archives? Yeah, the Temple Archives is finishing up. So it looks like pretty fast arbiters, not quite 2 base arbiters, because the Nexus, the 3rd Nexus has been started, but we'll see. This is fast enough that he might get recall instead. This is a good map for recall just because it's very easy for the arbiter to pop over this base, which tends to be where Favorite will expand. This will be Favorite's very last expansion, but it's pretty easy just to pop over into Boom's base. And then this is still a very big base, so there's a lot of room to recall. And it's going to be pretty hard for Boom to mine up everything. So, it is a good map for recall, and this early indicates that that is a possibility. Boom, now with a couple vultures out, so he's finally transitioned to vulture production. Has mines, but not speed, and Boom needs to start laying out a lot of mines around the map. Map information is really critical here, so he should really be using them as much as he can. That's not good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 probes not mining. Oh, he rallied all of his probes here, and now he has 6 not mining. Oh, don't do that, Favorite. He keeps making more. There's now 7 probes here not mining. Oh, man. Don't do that. You should have your 7 probes mining. Is it like his other bases? Here he only has 2 not mining. Wow, that's up to 8 now. He just keeps making more. It's not as if he's like not looking there. I guess he's just not paying enough attention. Anyway, Vulture's coming down. He has good enough host of them that he can start doing a little bit of damage here. But Favorite did get early observer, and not sure why he bothered to sacrifice that goon. Just trying to save the pylon? Because that's the only thing it could kill. They didn't have enough time to kill the Nexus. Anyway, first Arbiter's out, and I don't know if he got recall or stasis. He didn't have time for both. So, could be one or the other, or neither. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 probes. Not doing anything. Oh, okay. Well, I kept it selected long enough to see him just start recall. So it looks like that is what his plan is, just pop over the wall and recall into the main. Wow, he's just not fixing that. Is it 10 now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There we go! Okay. No! Okay, he figured it out. He grabbed a bunch of probes to transfer them, and I thought he wasn't going to correct all of them. But no, he did finally realize it once he got up to 10 idle probes. Okay, that's good. Anyway, I'm really not happy with the lack of mines from Boom. This is the second pack of vultures. It looked like he's used all of their mines. Ooh, but nice mine drag. Just loading up, he single zealoted into that shuttle. Killed off a lot of those vultures. Good stuff. Where is he hiding the Arbiter? Okay, there's the Arbiter. Needs a 150 energy for recall, and recall is done. So, pretty soon he'll start to move it into position. Boom, with no anti-recall defenses, just has a couple of turrets on the perimeter, which won't even be in good enough position to see the units, assuming that he recalled here, which is the normal spot to recall. He could fly all the way back here and recall over here as well. Actually, this would be a better spot to recall. You can hit some SCVs, kill the command center, and get those armories, which tends to be the biggest focus of recall efforts. Anyway, okay, Boom's now starting to get some mine spreadage out. We got some mines down here, mines up in this area. Yeah, putting them there, which is good. Not exactly where he needs mines at the moment. And is the Arbiter still just... Yeah, the Arbiter... He actually has 2 Arbiters now. He has enough energy for a recall. I'm surprised he doesn't go for the recall as soon as he possibly can. And instead is going to wait it out just a little bit longer. He's almost maxed at this point. I really don't know what the hesitation is. Even if he doesn't go for recall, he should be trying to put some pressure onto the Terran by now. Favorite, there's not an observer with this Dragoon force. It looks like he's just going to barely avoid the mines. There's an observer back here now, and oh, that's not a mine hit. That one was, though. Ouch, hitting 4 Dragoons. Okay, the observer finally comes in so we can start clearing out these mines without taking any more damage. He has his units clumped up, well, not really clumped up for a recall. It's like half a recall and half a recall. But no, he's just sitting here with the 2 Arbiters. And building another one. What is he planning on doing with them? 3 Arbiters now. Oh, okay. We have an Arbiter moving out. And this is why you go for the recall early, because now he won't be able to reap the benefits of fast Arbiter play if he does go for a recall instead of just a normal push. Now Boom certainly knows that his opponent has Arbiters, so he is completely defended against it. I guess if the Arbiter flew in here, it'd be able to tank enough shots to be able to get here, then drop, but now it's going to be pretty difficult. And if the Arbiter, I don't think the Arbiter can fly over that many turrets. Anyway, it looks like he's going to go for more conventional attack. I like that idea more at this point. The timing for a recall is kind of lost. Still a pretty good force, though. And Boom Oh, this is a mistake from Boom, I think. Oh, it's kind of difficult either way. Whoa, did he really just try to block the exit with probe? He, like, tried to block the vulture run by with probes? That's kind of funny. Oh no, he tried to transfer in probes, but... Okay. He was trying to transfer in the probes, but the cannon is completely tight, so the probes can't get through it. And now he unpowered both of his cannons. Anyway, here comes the attack. This is a pretty good attack from him. Boom is not in the best of positions. That's a very nice stasis. Because after these initial units are going down, now the rest of the tanks are on the low ground, and Favorite's going to be able to just crush this. It's so tempting to keep your tanks down here by your third, and you can have some kind of wall to help you out. But no, on this map, it's a really bad idea. Normally, you want to keep your tanks farther up and control the high ground pod, which can be rather difficult on this map. It's why I like it so much, because there's so many odd dynamics like that. But no, Boom's going to get the raw end of that deal, taking a lot of damage. He will be able to save his third, it looks like, though. And takes out all the tanks. Looks like Boom's trying to siege forward once again, but not with many takes. Ooh, excuse me. He has more in the back, but the stasis fight hasn't quite worn off yet. Now more reinforcements are coming in, and he should be able to hold this off. Gonna force Favorite to pull back once again. Or not. Favorite's just gonna go in there. That's cool too. And oh, that Arbiter getting picked off by the turrets. And that's what I was saying. I did not think an Arbiter was going to be quite able to get over that, get through those turrets. And apparently it was not able to. This was the army. It's like waiting to be recalled. Okay. Favorite still with an okay number of Arbiters. But he is going to be forced to pull back, and it allows Boom to get up. Excuse me. No, Boom actually hasn't gone this expansion. Boom's still only on 3 bases. It does allow Boom to get into the better position, though. This is much better position for Terra, and even though it's more open, it's still on the high ground, which helps out a lot. Getting mines in a good position as well. I'm a little surprised he doesn't try to spread his tanks out a little bit more. Excuse me. In the backslash direction as opposed to normal slash. No, other way around. Man, I always get backslashes and normal slashes confused. Anyway, lots of Zealots rode in trying to do some mine drags, but a good amount of vultures coincidentally in the correct location. So not too much damage with that. Meanwhile, Favorite looks like he's going to try to come around from the other side, and he had an observer overhead. Okay, looks like he just wanted to run in a couple Zealots, but accidentally ran in way too many. And essentially the rest of the army going to stop Boom from expanding. And if he can stop Boom from expanding for a while longer, he could set himself up for a really nice position in this game. Boom running out of money at the mineral only. Less than 400 a patch. Less than 300 a patch at the natural. Boom is about out of money. He actually has a lot of idle SCVs just waiting for the expo. But Favorite shutting this down is actually going to be huge. Boom's about to be mined out. He needs to make something happen really quickly here. He does have a big enough army that he should be able to... he's going to push Favorite out and should be able to set up some siege tank lines up here to defend, but... So, Zealots streaming in from both sides. There's actually not enough forces here, though, to really defend against streams of Zealots to clear out the mines. And now Favorite comes in with the rest of his forces. Boom, I don't even think Boom is scanning at this point. Because it doesn't look like the siege tanks are firing at the invisible units. And now they can come down and take out this third. Oh, Boom put all of his army up here to try to defend that expansion because he realizes he needed it. But it's going to cost him losing losing his mineral only. He might be able to save it. He's trying to rally in more units, but he didn't siege up the siege tanks. There we go, sieging now, but it might be too late if the Dragoons get into a good position to do damage here. only two more siege tanks left. Only one more. Oh, there's good mines, though, taking out 3 of the dragoons. And it looks like, yes, just barely, Boom is going to be able to save his mineral only. But even so, Favorite's been able to expand here. And yeah, it looks like Favorite just being a good macro Protoss. Just getting lots and lots of units out on the field. What upgrades are those? That is 3-3, just about to finish for Favorite. So perfect upgrades, maxed army, and whoa! Corsairs? I missed the fleet beacon. Yeah, getting that energy upgrade for the Corsairs. So he wants to be fancy. Alright. Let's see it, man. You even got Protoss armor upgrade. Or air armor upgrade. Meanwhile, Boom is at 2-2 himself. Not getting 3-3 though. He's actually really poor. He can't afford upgrades. And now, a couple Zealots running in. Not sure if he was trying to do Mind Drags or just scouting out. 1 mineral patch left at the natural, and these ones 4, 36, 28, 20. Like less than 100 minerals. Well, less than 200 minerals left between the two bases. This is it, and Boom still hasn't even finished the command center here yet. Boom really needs to get that online. And he needs to hope that Favorite really messes up with these Corsairs. But it's unlikely, considering that there's no anti-air, so the Corsairs can just hover overhead and get perfect placement on all their D-webs. Favorite sending in a couple Zealots early again? I'm not even sure why he's doing it at this point. There aren't that many mines there. And randomly a goon. Whoa. I just realized that, like, a goon is also a term for a 30s low-level mobster. Like a goon in that way, like a big thuggy guy. I have never thought of a dragoon in that role, or the relationship between those words. Anyway, Corsair's throwing down a lot of D-webs, and this base is going to be shut down once again. D-webs, it looks like a little bit too much for Boom to handle. And is the command center going to fall? Boom should probably maybe want to start repairing at this point. I don't think it's going to matter, though. There's still too many dragoons left. And this base will not be mining. Boom is mined out everywhere else, and now Boom has no mining going on. All the SCVs trying to get away, some of them actually attacking, and can't quite deal with those siege tanks, but it doesn't matter. That 197 is not moving. GG from Boom. Favorite taking game number 3. Alright. Excuse me. Well, let's move on to the next game. What could be the final game if Favorite can win just one more? I believe Gag will be next from IWL. Is probably their best player remaining. But we shall see. In the top right position, we have NB's Favorite now as the Green Terran. And no. Excuse me. It looks like IWL Finito will be the final player. Whoops. Finito. Okay. So, Boom, being nice. Actually, I don't know why I can't see Boom, like, that region of the map. Does that always happen? I can't remember now. Anyway, ZVP on La Mancha. I didn't change Favorite's color. So with that final win, or not necessarily with the final win, but with Favorite's last win, it kind of cinched up some things. Given the results of the last match, we now know that IFU is 5th. We know that Reps is 6th. We know that SAS is 4th. Because now, even if NB loses this, they'll still be ahead of SAS. So, we know that one of the matchups is going to be IFU versus SAS. And now the only other question is, will the other matchup be NB versus Reps, or will it be LRM versus Reps? If NB is able to finish this out, NB will get the bye, and it'll be LRM versus Reps. But, on the other hand, if Finito can get a 3-kill here, well, then, excuse me, then NB will have to play Reps first round. And actually, we might see a rematch between some of these players, considering that IWL may or may not be lending their players to Reps. Now, Finito is a 2v2 player, and he plays a lot like a 2v2 player, as you can see by the 9 hatch and 10 pool. But that's not what I meant with his ridiculously lane-heavy builds. What I meant by that was, he's a 2v2 player in that he has some of the best Zergling control of foreign, excuse me, he has some of the best Zergling control of foreign Brood War players. He has some of the best Mutalisk control of foreign Brood War players. Everything else is really bad compared to those two for him. So, if he can win with his early Lings, or in some matchups, if he can win with his first Mutalisks, his wins look really nice. But when he has to start playing off of 4 bases, it starts to get really sticky. So, interestingly... Oh, did he cancel it just to replace it? Yeah, look, Favorite canceled his Forge, and it looks like he might have canceled it just to build in a different spot, because he's just coming back to build it all over again. And it looks like Finito's going to try to damage the cannon a good amount with the drone before the Lings get there. This might be an all-in Ling build. If he pulls the guys off of gas after getting 100, then yeah, it would be all-in Lings. Maybe he's not. He's not using these larvae on Lings yet. I think he's supply blocked. Okay, so it's not all in Lings, but 2 hatch Hydra. Oh, okay, 3 hatch Hydralisk. We're still gonna go all in, just a different variety of all in. This map is not good for Hydralisk Bust, though. There's a lot of room to put a lot of cannons back here, and the Hydralisk kind of have to choke up to get into range of a lot of these cannons. And when the cannon arc is bigger than the Hydralisk arc, that's problems. And oh, finding the hole, finding the hole in the wall. Only managing to get 2 Lings in, though. I thought he'd be able to get a lot more, but they got a little bit stuck on some of the stuff there. So, still can get damage with 2 Lings. I don't think they have... That does not look like speed. Is he getting speed for him? No, he's not getting speed, as I thought the gas was just for the Hydralisks. So, it looks like that the Ling, in fact, will not be able to do much damage. But... how much damage will the Hydralisk be able to do? There is a Hydralisk den done. These Lings are very important to block the ramp if Favorite is scouting out with another probe. If that probe gets into the base, then Finito's in a whole lot of trouble, but if he can block with his 2 Lings, then he might have a shot. He needs to do a really good job, though. This is a wide ramp, so the probe could slip in between the 2. Especially considering that the probe already got here, so we can actually just mine the minerals and get through those 2 Lings. Which would be really bad. Yeah, got in. It's all the Hydralisk done. That's not good. So he knows that there's some kind of really aggressive Hydralisk build going on. He hasn't scouted out this 3rd base, but he probably should assume that there is a 3rd base. Not that it really changes much. 2 hatch Hydralisk versus 3 hatch Hydralisks. You don't change your defense that much between the two. And now just throwing down a lot of cannons. A lot of cannons. All powered off of one pylon, though. That's actually a lot powered off of that one pylon. Gateway, Forge, and 6 cannons. Okay, there we go. Throwing down another pylon. And I don't think Finito can win. I don't think he can do this at all. He can snipe down the gateway with the Hydralisks, but that's it. And wow. Is that a single Zealot that managed to get a Zergling and Hydralisk kill? Anyway, Hydralisk upgrade speed is just finished now. Oh, Hydralisk getting aggroed by the cannons, and he's actually gonna take a lot of damage on these Hydralisks. 2 of them severely injured, one of them half health and loses a Ling. Does manage to get the gateway though, and that's what he needed to get. But I don't think he can make enough Hydralisks. And wait, what? How is that cannon able to hit the Overlord and not the Hydralisks that were immediately underneath it? I don't know. I don't know how Brood War works. Anyway, you get more cannons being placed down, and this is... You just can't break that. It's too many. Favorite with a Citadel before... excuse me, a Citadel before the Stargate, and now the Fast Templar Archives. Once Storm's out, that's certainly the end of it. There's a small chance Finito might be able to do something, but as soon as that first Storm is cast, just all the Hydralisks are gonna melt. This base has absolutely no drones at it. This base has 7 drones at it. This one, these are all Hydralisks, of course. This one has about 7 as well. Looks like the Hydralisks are now stepping forward. Probes are being pulled to defend. He has managed to kill a single cannon. Okay, 2 cannons going down. I'm actually surprised the Favorite's even bothering to pull probes, because he's going to lose a lot of probes trying to defend against the Hydralisks, but he wouldn't have lost that many cannons if he had just let the Hydralisks attack them. As it is, he lost, well, maybe 6 or 7 probes and 2 cannons, and Finito lost the majority of his army. Favorite, 116 APM, man. That's all you need to stop a Hydralisk bust. So, Storm's on the way, and getting some Dark Templar now. Finito does have observers in position, and with no Corsairs, the Dark Templar are not going to be able to do too much, although they might be able to sneak around the contain and try to attack this base, which would be completely undefended, or this one that just has a single slow Overlord. Rebuilding the gateway just to block. And here come 3 Dark Templar. Will any of them go down? No, not even one. That one barely got injured. Well, he got half injured. I guess he didn't get half injured. Because now he's halfway to death, not halfway to injury. Injured to a point where he is halfway down. Anyway, so DT here, it looks like he's just going to be able to take out the hatchery, and yeah, Finito, there's nothing Finito can do at this point. The game's over. Gonna go in for some Hydralisks, trying to get anything, and Finito leaves the game. He's suspended next week, but IWL doesn't get to play again. So, NB takes it. NB will be second place. So, here's the full playoff picture. We have 1 GT, 2 NB. Both of these teams have been first place for a little while now. And they will get buys for the first round. After that, we have LRM versus Reps. And we have IFU versus SAS. So good matches there. Those will be next week. I think that the casting schedule seems to be changing a lot, but at the moment, I am casting Fridays, match. No, excuse me. L Master is casting Friday's match. I am casting Sunday's match. I don't know which one will be Friday and which one will be Sunday, but we're going to split it up, one a day. And it's going to be good. So, thank you to the sponsors. Nerbopoulos, a Prowler, and, of course, Twitch TV. Even if Twitch TV wasn't sponsoring this, we should just thank them anyway. Because all Brood War is dependent on Twitch TV. Because the other ones suck. I will not be casting the other Gambit Cup match on Sunday. But I will be casting ISL tomorrow. So check it out. And, as a special treat to the people who stuck around, there's going to be more matches played for ISL tomorrow that you don't know about. I can't say anything else, but there are secret matches. Alright. Bye everybody. See you next time.